Hi and welcome back. My name is Cynthia Wakeo, the Communication and Events Manager at Corporate Staffing Services. And today we're going to be addressing a topic that addresses senior executives, and we're going to be looking at the tips for senior executives seeking a new position. Thank you for joining me, Pamela.
Thank you, Cynthia.
So when we're looking at the senior executives, what do you think are some of the challenges they face when seeking a new position?
I've been in the recruitment space for now over 12 years and counting. And during this period, I've observed three top challenges, so to speak. And number one, the first challenge is that for senior professionals, they're supposed to bring on board experience.
Yes.
So unlike someone who's new to the job market and you'll be hired on potential, for senior executives, the key thing that the employers are looking for is, do you have experience? Do you have transferable skills? So that's number one. The second challenge you'll find is that most employers, they'll also judge you based on the industry and sector experience. So for example, if you've worked for government for the last 15 years, then you might find the private sector will be shying away from you, and vice versa. If you also worked a lot in the private sector, again, you might find the non-profit or the government, shying away from engaging you. So that's also something to consider. You also have to consider that when it comes to now executive position, the opportunities are not as many. So there are few opportunities. And unfortunately, it doesn't mean that there are also fewer people looking for these opportunities. No, it just means that the opportunities now have diminished more compared to if it's mid-level or even entry-level positions. So top of mind, look at the experience, look at the sector, and have in mind that the opportunities may not be as many.
Yeah. So of course it's a high-stake position.
Exactly.
A senior executive. So
yes.
Do you have any tips that can help them when they're seeking for these new positions?
Yes, for sure I do have tips. And number one is, just like I always say, if someone has been a regular visitor to this channel, they know. Number one, I always emphasize, how are you packaging yourself? So tailor your CV to look at to suit the opportunities that you're targeting.
Yes.
Number two, I would also advise, don't just go for every role. So I'll do an assessment of yourself and see, do you meet 70 to 80% of the requirements?
Yes.
And only then should you apply for this position. Yeah. Also, when it comes to your CV, I would really encourage you, don't just focus on the years of experience that you've had. If I were in shoes, I would focus on what transferable skills do I have. Because like I said in your first question, employers are more keen on the experience. It's not so many of, I've worked for these 20 years of experience. No, they're concerned with what are the transferable skills.
Yeah.
I would also advise the senior professionals to put effort into networking, because that's where the opportunities are. Whereas early in your career, you might have gotten a job through the job sites. Now you have to change tact when it comes to senior positions. If you're looking for a GM, CEO position, the head of department, most of these opportunities will come through your networks. And my last tip is that consider recruiters, people like us. We do have a stake. Why? Because the nature of our business is that, we get paid for placement. So networking also with recruiters, getting to know who hires for which industries, which sector, it can go a long way in making your job search much easier. So top of mind, those are the tips I have for the senior professionals.
And coming from experience, and I'm sure these are actually practical tips.
Been there, done that, and I've seen it work with many professionals.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for watching. One of the tips Pamela has given is branding, and here at Corporate Staffing, it's something we can help you with because we provide some of these services such as CV writing. We can help you revamp your LinkedIn, career coaching, interview coaching, and we leave more links to give you more information about these services in the description box. Check them out, reach out to us, and we'll see you in the next video.